Hello! It's been a while since my last video. To be honest, I decided on this video 2 weeks after my last one, and just procrastinated by putting more and more projects in front of the line. I was technically running away. Why? Well, making videos is a pretty nerve-wracking thing. And that's our topic for this one. Fear, or more importantly, the paralysis that comes with that fear. Now, everyone knows and has felt fear before, but some might not know or have felt what is technically known as analysis paralysis. And yeah, that sounds like a Harry Potter spell. Well, at least it does, to me. Analysis paralysis is described as a state where someone is unable to make a decision or take action because they are overthinking and overanalyzing the situation. This usually happens when there are multiple variables to consider, or when a decision is of great importance, or so Google says. Honestly, sometimes it feels like you're waiting for a sign or the right moment to make your move. You weigh your options, you weigh your risks, and keep going back and forth until eventually nothing gets done. We fear the failure more than standing still. And overcoming that fear is easier said than done. I think that's why some of my favorite characters are those who are cowards and have to constantly confront their own selves every time. These characters know the danger better than anyone because 9 times out of 10, they're one of the weakest in the group. These characters tend to doubt their power, and that's what makes their comeback amazing. In my eyes, they were able to do something most can't: overcome their doubts and fears. Overcoming these doubts and fears doesn't come easy for some, and I should know, because I'm one of them. That first video wasn't hard to make. It only took 2.5 weeks to get it done. Getting started was the hard part. I've had that idea since January, and the gameplay for even longer than that. I sat on this video for too long, and even tried using the excuse of needing a better editing program to not work on it. I was worrying about the editing program before I even started writing any type of script, if you can really call it a script. It was barely 2 pages. I used a new excuse, one after another, to run away from things that don't have a sure outcome. Dang, I just noticed I'm a complete hypocrite for a person who loves chaos. Well, when you have no save points and have a fear of regret and failure, it's hard to break these habits. Honestly, breaking away from these habits means you have to go against your own common sense, your wall of logic that you have built throughout the years. Tearing that wall down isn't simple looking at it straight ahead. That's why you gotta step back and see the flaws that you've built upon. You built it upon thinking you needed the best equipment, the right format, the right amount of time, and a high level of skill and know-how. No, you never needed even half of that. All that was needed was to start. Everything else could come afterwards. The best equipment, you could always upgrade later on. The right format, it might be a bit more work, but you could always use the low-end program, and you can always try out new programs as you go along and learn the basics first. All UI use more or less the same shortcuts and systems. The right amount of time, you're never gonna have enough time, trust me. But just because you have 30 minutes instead of 60, doesn't mean you should do nothing. If you were starving, would you say no to a sandwich just because you were getting half of it? No. Use all the time you can get, and get efficient in the process to make every minute count. And last but not least, a high level of skill. Nobody starts at the top. And even if you do have talent, you still gotta work to improve it. We all climb the wall of mediocrity all the same. Some may climb it faster than others, but they climbed it nonetheless. The only thing you're doing by not starting is delaying your improvement. Now, that's what's been going through my thoughts recently, and I, for one, am almost sick to see how much I've missed by standing still. So, why am I making this video? Well, I know I'm not the only one to feel this way, and if my video can help others see differently, that would be pretty cool. But honestly, I'm using this video as an excuse to not start streaming until it's done. It's something I've wanted to do before streaming was ever a thing, and there were just 40-part playthrough videos. So yeah, I'm gonna start streaming. I have a pretty chill attitude, have a great passion for games, and love to get as close to 100% as I can. I'm honestly not as low energy as my first video, and hopefully this recording session is going a lot better. My natural self likes to laugh a lot. That's actually one of the things I will hope to improve by streaming more, to speak more natural around my mic. So, if you like someone who isn't exploding at the screen all the time, come join me. I might even do a drawing stream here or there. 50-50 on that one still. But, one thing's for sure, I'm set on starting. I have a game log that's so long, it dates back to 2017. So let's start with 2 recent games for relevancy's sake, and go from there. Alright, let's end this video and get to work. Even though this video is an excuse to delay me from streaming, doesn't give it any less validity. Going against your own common sense is hard, but like I said before, the only thing you're doing is delaying your own improvement.